So, hello everybody, and we're back after
2 weeks
2 weeks.
of not
It
posting.
felt actually longer, and
It did.
yeah, I had to really push her to make this video because I thought people want to know about how you're doing, about what's going on, especially after the last video. So, do you want to share what's been going on ever since the last post?
I want to thank everybody, first of all, for commenting and leaving the supportive comments.
Yeah.
Reading those really made me feel like, I got somebody on my side. It was really nice to, read those comments, so thank you. Nothing has been resolved. My dad didn't change anything. Recently I looked it up again, and when I searched CDMP again, it popped up as an ad, so I don't know if it was removed and then he put it up again or what, but I reported it again. It's still there. I can't do anything about it, and it's kind of a real bummer for lack of a better word. It's a real bummer to feel like you have no control over even your own name or your own image online. Is really fucked up. And what's worse is that I already didn't feel really inspired to make music, but now I feel like don't want to sing ever, which is
It's kind of sad.
maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, so
Sorry. That's kind of
it takes some time maybe to get over.
We should talk about controlling parents. You wanna do that? Make this about
Yeah, it can
another
be.
topic.
Yeah, it can be a good topic actually.
Do you have any experience with that?
An experience? No. Fortunately, my parents were hoping I would become an accountant and I would bring home soon or go into university. So right after high school, just get a job and get some income already, and so that I would be independent. So they didn't have any ambitions for me, but I had ambitions. I wanted to make movies and learn about filmmaking, learn about film, cinema in general, and so on. So I wanted to go to university. I've always took a different way from what they wanted me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really believe in what my ambitions were. So in a way, it kept those ambitions very much to myself. I was managing them. There was no expectation whatsoever, which is a
Blessing.
blessing. So I never felt any pressure.
Oh, okay.
So it felt good that I was just managing my talents without any pressure or any expectations from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
It felt liberating, it felt good, it felt like it was mine. And every time there was a little hint, when my parents noticed that I was actually doing for real and I was producing stuff and making, nice things and winning at festivals like awards and all of that, they started say, oh, okay, recognizing that I had a talent. And the fraction of a second, I remember my mom would say, oh, you should do this, that. I was totally very protective of that area. I didn't want them to get involved in any way. Absolutely. Because, there's this thing where you want to be your own person and you don't want your parents always tell you what to do and how to do it. And I think this is a good way to establish a healthy relationship between kids and parents, I believe, where the adults, the parents are respecting the kids ever since they are very young and just listen to what they want to do and trying to understand
who they are
and what they think is best for them. Because usually parents think, I know what's best for my kids,
mm-hmm.
without taking some little time to actually asking them who you are and how you feel. These are the questions that usually parents belonging to a certain generation do not do. It's rare if they do.
I mean, they always say in Turkey, like, respect your elders, respect your elders. I'm all for that, but what about respecting the young ones? You know, like what you said, caring about, like, what do you think you want to do, or how do you feel about this? That's a respectful gesture towards somebody who's younger than you.
Yeah.
Whereas, this is what I want you to do, and that's what you're gonna do, is like very
Imposing.
controlling. Yeah. And it's disrespectful towards that person, because they are also a person. Like, I mean, I find it kind of crazy that I'm 25 now. Like, I'm not 8, and he's doing this. For those who are confused, you might want to watch my last video. Like, I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but that kind of explains what I'm talking about now. But now that I look back, I see all the ways that I was kind of really herded towards a certain goal, you know? Because when I look back in my childhood videos, baby videos and stuff, like, I was interested in a lot of things. Like, I was talented in a lot of things. Like, I was so excited about dancing. You know, I never pursued dancing. I was so good at sculpting with clay. Like, that was in first grade. I remember my teacher in the art class was like, wow, you're really good. And like, that's a really, you know, I was making animals and stuff. So like, there was always when I think back, I can find a lot of things that I was talented at that I was never really pushed so heavily towards. But I do realize now that as soon as I really gave in, because my dad was pushing me to take guitar lessons and I couldn't learn the notes, so I was not doing that. But as soon as I gave in and I learned a couple of chords on the guitar and was like singing for fun with my cousin, as soon as I did that, it was like a huge praise, huge, like, oh my God, this is it. You have to do this. This is what you're gonna do. Our guests are here. Why don't you pick up your guitar and sing for them? Like, really, really a lot of pushing. And I wasn't aware of that at the time because I was so young, that this is what he was doing, you know? Because, well, he could have said, oh my God, you're so good at dancing. Why don't you pursue that? No. It's not about what I'm interested in, what I enjoy. It's about what he wanted for me, because that's what he wanted for himself when he was younger. He wanted to be a famous singer, a performer, and he never got to be one. So now it's my turn to be one, you know?
I can relate a little bit to that, because I remember when my daughter started, you know, taking guitar classes, you know, the guitar lessons, and she was practicing, and it was so beautiful for me to listen to her, you know, practicing and playing some music. And I remember after 2 years of classes, she said, I don't want to do it anymore. And it was really hard for me. And I said, why don't you want to do it? Just pick up the guitar, just, you know, play something. Whenever you play, that makes me happy and I love it. So, and then at one point I realized, wait a second. So I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about do something because it makes me happy. And it makes me feel proud of you. So it was all of a sudden about me, about me as a parent being proud of having a daughter, playing a guitar, an instrument, which I couldn't do. So it was even projection, you know, like an extension of me. She can do it, and she can. And then I said, oh my God, a few days later I realized that, and I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Actually, I asked her, so what do you feel like doing? Does it make you happy? And she said, no, actually it doesn't. I don't really care. And I said, you know what, I will support you if you want to stop. And she was very happy about that. So it was, all of a sudden, it was no longer about me, and it shouldn't have been about me.
That's really good that you were like
and then
that.
I trusted that she was going to find her own path, whatever. I can't project a passion that I have on somebody else. I can't do that. Yeah.
And this brings me to like my main point, which is that, you know what happens when parents do that, like pushing onto something so hard, is that I have no idea who I am. Like, I have no idea, you know, I don't know what I really want. I don't know what I really care about doing or what I really enjoy doing. All I have is this really like brainwashed idea of who I should be, which is something that I'm always falling short of. So I'm always constantly in a mode of disappointing myself. But the expectations were not even mine to begin with. You know, it was theirs. I'm constantly disappointing their ideal version of me. But who am I? You know, and that's a real struggle right now. Like, I don't know what I want.
And I totally understand more than ever now why you have this love and hate relationship with music. Because ever since I met you, you were posting songs and then you were taking them down. And many people say, why did you take that video down? I was listening to that, and me too, right? And for you, it's always been a struggle, I remember, because you pick up the guitar, you want, because, you know, everybody who has a beautiful voice and can play, they just go every once in a while and enjoy themselves with that. But for you, all of a sudden, that enjoyment, it started like maybe as an enjoyment, as like an impulse, but then it became totally like a self-judgment, self-hate. I mean, everything bad. It became everything bad. So, and you would stop you in frustration, and it wasn't, you know, it's always been like that.
Like, do you remember when I was picking up the guitar at your place and then I would cry?
Yeah,
I would just start crying.
Yeah.
And you were like, why are you crying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that. So I understand. It's more clear to me now. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is, nobody knows this. Like, all my friends in high school and stuff are like thinking, wait, why aren't you pursuing music? That's what I thought you would be. And I'm like, well, that's what I thought I would be too, but not because that was my idea.
Yeah.
Because I was really pushed towards that. And then I realized, like, here's the thing, like, if it's difficult for you, if it's hurting you every single step of the way to pursue something, maybe that's not your dream.
Yeah.
You know?
And this can be a message to all the young parents out there. Please, I mean, listen to your kids. Ask them, please do not emotionally blackmail your kids by saying, oh, that makes me happy if you do this. Ask them, because when you ask them, how are you and how do you feel when you do this, you actually encourage them to get to know themselves better, and eventually they will know which path to take, which is not necessarily a path that you had in mind for them.
Yeah.
So I think it's important, ever since they are very young, trust them. They have a sense already.
Because the thing is, like, a good kid will always do what you want them to do. Like, if you say, oh, it makes me so happy when you do that, like, they'll try their best to do that. Like, they'll try their best to live up to that expectation and make you feel good, because that's what kids do. They're naturally very loving, open, you know. But if that's not their true self, then they're really, like, I don't know who I am now, you know. That's like saying a lot, you know. And like, I'm sorry if I disappoint anybody by not posting music, but I'm also sorry to myself that I put that expectation to begin with. Like, it was my choice to post all those songs in the first place, and now people expect something more, and I feel bad that I'm not fulfilling that. You know how, you see how it's like a cycle, like a vicious cycle?
Yeah, because it's been contaminated ever since the beginning in this way. So you know how expectations work. You know, we have always been talking about expectations. This is about expectations.
In a different context.
In a different context. So you understand me when I'm allergic to expectations. Because when you're allergic to expectations, it means that actually your boundaries are quite up in a way, or you want to keep the boundaries. Okay, you know, I'm an individual. I have my own choices. Do not expect anything from me, you know.
Yeah, in this context, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
But like in the relationship context, I just assume, like, don't you want to be in a loving relationship? But that's a different different topic.
Yeah, and it has so many shades. You know, we didn't know which topic to talk about today, but we really wanted to reconnect with you guys because we really care. I know.
It's okay. This came organically. This was good.
Yeah,
like, it was a continuation.
Yeah, and we know how much you're waiting for these videos, because I have.
Don't say that. I don't think anybody's waiting for these videos.
No, don't say that.
I don't think so. Don't say that.
You know, many people are waiting for these videos. Even if it's just 10 of them, I mean, you know, it's a lot of them, you know. I know, because I'm like an individual waiting for a video. I have some favorite YouTubers, and I can't wait until they post their videos, all right?
I don't think.
And I feel like, and I'm just a single one. So even if there is only one of you guys who are waiting for these videos, this video is for you, all right?
Okay, yeah, all right.
We read all the comments. We really love all the comments you write, and also the ones that are quite like have a totally different point of view. We read them as well, and we try to keep an open mind. And we thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And
should we do a Q&A? Somebody asked that. If they want to do a Q&A.
Can you not interrupt? This was very felt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And we love you very much, and see you next time.
Wait, we're ending the video?
What?
I was gonna say something.
Okay.
You say don't interrupt me, and then you end the video. Bye. What am I supposed to do?
Sorry.
Jesus.
I wanted to
Take
thank
2.
you.
Should we do a Q&A? Like somebody was asking in the comments, and I looked, and it's been like 6 months since our last one.
Oh, you want to do a Q&A today?
No, I'm saying like we announce it now, and they put it in the comments, their questions.
Ah, okay.
And
So
then we can
just
do
say
a Q&A.
Just say okay. Next time we're gonna do a Q&A.
I'm gonna leave all this in.
I mean, if you ask, should we do a Q&A? They're not gonna answer. You are talking to a lens.
I'm
They're not-
talking to you.
Ah, okay.
Do you think we should do a Q&A?
Can you ask me again? With less of bitchy tone, because you might wanna cut that out.
You know what? I have no problem being perceived as the bitch. Do you want to do a Q&A? Yes or no?
Yeah, we can do a Q&A. I mean, it's fine.
If you would like a Q&A video, just leave your questions for us in the comments of this video, and if we get enough questions, we'll do a Q&A video, I guess, in the next one, so that we have something to do.
All right.
Been freaking depressed lately.
All right. Okay. See you next time. Bye
Thank
bye.
you for watching. Bye. Oh, so awkward.
What?
The whole thing. So awkward. Why do I do videos?
You always interrupt me when I thank them. It's so important.
But then you end the video.
Okay, but you can stop there.
It's fine. I'm gonna leave it. The whole thing.
No, don't leave the whole thing. Really, you're gonna get slammed because that was very bitchy.
Thanks. Maybe they don't think so.
No, they think so.
Tell me in the comments if you think I'm a bitch. Okay, bye.